Hey, I just wanted to jump on real quick and talk about a topic again on the narcissist. And I want to talk about the narcissism trap or either the narcissism's web. And I refer to it as a web because it's literally a web of deceit that the narcissist is like weaving right before your eyes. And to the untrained eye, we don't see it as a web. We don't see it as deceit. We don't see it for what it is because many times we're not aware of narcissists and their schemes. But whenever I say the narcissist web, because I was in that web, I was deceived, I was love bombed, I was I was like, now I'm gonna tell you about this stage whenever the web is being weaved that you have to be very mindful of. And this part of the capture or the weaving of the web is very, very, very uncomfortable. You may not be able to put your finger on it, but you're going to feel the discomfort. This is when the love bombing stops and you begin to feel to get from the narcissist, you begin to get those stabs and those jabs of diminishing you or condescending statements. You begin to get that rage where they like just blow up and become very controlling, and it can like push you into like oh my goodness, what just happened? And or either you can like begin to feel the walking on the eggshells because you're not sure of what you need to do. So this stage of the weaving of the web is a stage that I will refer to as the control factor. Because the love bombing just got you, the love bombing, them loving you. And I was married for 15 years. So I'm speaking from experience, okay? So the love bombing it's whenever, it's just fun. You're having your fun, you're having your good times, you're getting the whispers of hope, you know what I mean? The person is like really like loving you, giving you just a good time. But then, like I said, it becomes the control factor after that love bombing because what the love bombing does is it like gets you like hooked in. That's the bait that gets you hooked in. But then whenever it becomes the control factor, you get into the stages of, like I said, the jabs and the condescending, the ups and downs, the man, am I crazy? Did I just now hear that? But because whenever they do these things real quickly, they'll change up on you. They'll change up on you and act like they didn't do jack. They'll act like they didn't do nothing. And then they'll come back at you with a love bomb again. They'll come back at you like nothing happened, and it leaves you in like, oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? And it takes you out of that blow of the jab, and then it automatically just pulls you back into like a joyful state again, where you should be like happy because y'all having a good time again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a toxic cycle. It's a toxic cycle that will keep you bound and year after year after year. And you almost begin to think that it's normal. You know what I mean? You almost begin to think that it's normal. But ladies, and some men are going through this from at the hand of other people. You have children who are narcissists that does this stuff to their parents. You have co-workers who does this stuff. It's all the way across the board. It's just not relationships of marriage, husbands and wives. It's not just that. Narcissists are all the way around. And like in a previous video, I'd explained how, narcissist is just a term that the DSM, the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, what the psychiatrists code people with, that's just the term that they've given to this natural aspect of it. But spiritually, it's nothing but the Jezebel spirit that of control, manipulation, intimidation, domination, of disrespect, unrestraint, anger, all of those things. It's a spirit that these people possess. And it's not that they chose you because they're picking on you. They chose you because you allowed them to choose you. Because with the narcissist, you have to know what you know, and you have to be the one to put that big stop sign up. You have to be the one to say, okay, this is the way they move. This is the way they manipulate. This is the way they intimidate. This is the way they dominate. And you have to be the one to stop it. And that comes from you setting the standard, raising the bar and setting the standard and freeing yourself from the web. You have to literally free yourself from the web. They're not just going to kick you out of their web. They might wind you up like how they'll wind up those bugs and stuff. They might wind you up for a minute after they done sucked you dry a little bit. They may wind you up, but they're going to come back. They're going to come back to you because you're in their web. You're stuck in their web. So the only way to escape the narcissistic web is to free yourself. And I'm talking about when I say free yourself, I'm talking about gathering the information that you need in order to sustain once you begin to take off and begin to break free from freedom. For freedom, excuse me. You have to be able to sustain and not go back. You have to be able to sustain and execute the knowledge that you need to learn and make yourself aware of about these narcissistic, Jezebelic people. You have to gain the information, and you have to know that information for yourself. So whenever they come back to make you think that you're crazy, or to make you think that you don't know what you're talking about, or to do what they do, you the one that have to be able to say, stop sign, stop sign, stop sign. You're the one that's going to have to raise the bar, raise the standard. Okay? So do what you got to do to get out of the narcissist web. You got to, it's a sticky substance now, and it's not easy. It's not easy to get out. But the main thing you need to do is gain the knowledge that you need to gain so that you can know what you know. You got to know what you know, because one of the main tactics of a narcissistic person is to play with your mind. They will play with your mind. They will, have you ever heard of gaslighting? They would gaslight you. I mean, they could be done like opened up a door and you say, why'd you open the door? They'll say, I didn't open that door. That door was already open. Just a lie. You know what I'm saying? If you open the door, you just opened the door. Why can't you just admit you opened the door? But to them, it's a game. It's a game of the fittest, just to see if they can get their point across. If they can just to see if they can win. That's all. They're just trying to see if they can win. And where the people caught in the narcissistic web, where we diminish our own judgment, is we can begin to know a thing, but we don't say anything. We don't set the standards. We don't say, listen here, I know what you did, blah, blah. So no matter what you say, I know what you did. And just leave it at that. I don't care how much they want to go back and forth and argue with you, because they're going to be like, no, I didn't. You be like, yes, you did. They be like, no, I didn't. See, you crazy. You blah, blah, you blah, blah. And then you get in your feelings because they don't believe you. But guess what? You got to get to the point where you say, I don't care if you don't believe me. I don't care if you don't want to hear what I have to say. I don't care, because I know. So that's why I say you have to react on what you know. You have to react on what you know, because they're not going to be your co-partner in this. They're hoping that you won't raise the standard. They hoping that you won't do anything about, what you know. They're hoping that you'll just go to the store or whatever and come back and be all right. Or they're just hoping that you go in there and cry or whatever and pitch your little fit and everything, and then you'll be okay. You might have your lip poked out or whatever, and cook or whatever and do what you got to do, but you're gonna be okay, because you're not gonna do anything about it. Nah, nah, nah. It's time to be a game changer. It's time to switch that stuff up. It's time to turn the table. You got to be like, okay, and the only time you don't need to say anything is whenever you're planning your escape. You have to be like, all right, I know this joker tripping, this joker crazy, cray cray. But what I'm getting ready to do is, I know what he did. I know what he's doing. So now I got to figure out what I need to do in order to get out of this web. You have to begin to plan. If you can't get away right now, you have to say, okay, I'm gonna give myself like 6 months. I'm just gonna hold it in the road. I'm just gonna keep a low key and everything. But I'm getting ready to get up out of this junk. I'm getting ready to move from this, because this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it for your mental health. You got to do it for you. You're not doing it for him. You got to set a standard with him. And anybody that you set a standard with, they're going to buck. They don't like standards, especially whenever it's forbidding them from doing what they normally do. So, so a lot of times, they will get agitated and they'll get angry. So that's why I say just keep a low key. You don't have to say, oh, argue back with him. You just be like, make a mental note and say, man, I can't wait for 5 more months. That's what you say to yourself, because you don't never let them know the hand that you're holding. You don't ever throw in your hand until it's time to throw in your hand. Like in tonk or spade or whatever, you don't let people know what you got in your hand, and you play to win. You play to win. If you need to throw out that 10 of hearts or whatever, and even if it's not going to win that book or whatever, so what? You will sacrifice that, because you know what else you got in your hand that you're going to have to play eventually whenever you plan to win. So yeah, get out of the web. Get out of the web. Get out of the web. You can do it. You're not crazy. You're not crazy. A lot of people don't understand. If a person has never dealt with this type of situation before, if they've never dealt with this narcissistic mentality, this Jezebel spirit, if they've never dealt with that on the degree of what I'm talking about, they'll never understand. They think that you're exaggerating. They don't see how a person can be this calculating and this evil, this foul subject that just like to win at anybody's expense, but they just want to win. They don't know what we're talking about, but I know what you're talking about, and you're not alone. Okay. You're not alone, and you can escape. There is recovery after this merry-go-round with this narcissist, okay? Whether you male or whether you're female, it's not a good life to be in that situation, and you don't have to be there. You do not have to be there with that narcissist, every day, year after year. You start to lose hope whenever you begin to tell yourself, is this my lot in life? Is this what I'm going to deal with every day? Because when I was in that situation early on, I wasn't even thinking about divorce. I didn't want to, I was going to stay married to the end. I was not, that whenever I started thinking about divorce, it was like the year that I basically separated and kicked my husband out. That's the year when I started thinking about divorce, because I couldn't take it no more. So, but up until then, it was always, I'm going to pray about it. I pray he change, and I do deliverance. I'm a deliverance minister. So I would just bind up the spirit, you know what I'm saying, in order to cope. I would just bind it. But the person got to want to be free from it. The person has to want to be free. So when I was in that situation, before I started like really figuring out what it was that I was involved with, I began to like be very despondent. I was like hopeless because I'm like, Lord, is this my lot in life with this man? The mental turmoil of just the up and down, the lies, the deceit, and it wasn't all the time. It wasn't all the time. It was a whole lot of good times too. But on the same token, that's just like if you have a big tumor on your face. All of this is good. This is the good time, but it's gonna always be that tumor right there. That's even when you're having a good time, in a minute you're gonna get back around to this tumor. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's an illustration for you, you know what I'm saying? I like to give like little scenario illustrations, but my main admonishment to you is get out of the web. Get out of the web. Even if you walk into a spider web that you don't see, you're going to be trying to get that thing off your face. You're going to be trying to get that thing off. Might even scream and tense up because you're just waiting for a spider. So that's the same intensity that you need to have whenever you're trying to get out of this web with this narcissist. Okay? All right. Well, we'll chew on that for a little while and I will be back. All right. Love you guys. And thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Thank you.